What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Never Ending Drum Kit. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this little tonal dubstep snare, and it sounds like this. And so with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into it. And I made this one out of a bunch of layers. So I took this dubstep snare that I have had in my created samples folder for a long time, put that as the base layer, right? That's my kind of thing that I'm building off of. Just pitched it up a little bit, right? Brought it a little higher. Then I added this tonal layer, which is this recorded acoustic snare that I went in and changed the start position, kind of found my little section here, and then used my in and out knobs to gate that, right? Also pitched it down a little bit using the time stretching knob, and then I ran that through a Pro Q3 and just kind of accentuated a couple of the harmonics using EQing. Then the next thing that I have here is this little jingle bell piece of Foley that I have. This is the original sample. Again, pitched it down, right? Changed the sample start position, scanned through to get it to be the proper length and what I, kind of liked in there. And then changed the fade out to just kind of gate it a little bit. Then I ran this one through a frequency shifter, just bringing that down, kind of giving that tinkly hit of the snare coils, or whatever you might call that, magical snare coils, and then just low passed it, right? And that's not cutting out too much, but I felt like it was necessary at the time. And then we have my last layer, which is this clap, which is actually, it's a decent clap. Usually these claps that I have in this Sound Lab drum folder are old claps that I was like, I never use this. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of my sample library, but that's probably one of the better ones in there. So that's actually a pretty good clap. I just shortened it a lot. Oops, let me turn off that. Shortened it a bunch using the generic time stretching, and that looks like it. And then ran it through distortion, just squashing it, and then an EQ to boost the frequencies, just to complement, right, the part of the snare that's not heavy. So if I bring in my, right, as you can see, it's almost like a sneezy snare, and that's giving it some body. Then we lay in the tinkle. That gives it some tonality. I could even probably boost that. Yeah. And then the choo-choo tonal layer. Now we'll go into my bus processing for this. And I have a Pro Q3. Boosting those mids, the highs, and then this does nothing. So just a little boost to the highs, pretty big boost to the mids, and then a cut right here. Which actually adds to the transient of the sound, because I'm basically cutting the boxy frequencies out of this. It actually sounds a little bit better, I think, with it though. So no, see, yeah, once I do the wave shaping, it doesn't sound so good. There we go. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so then going into my wave shaper here, almost like a saturation from that, just with that specific curve. So it's bringing the volume down a little bit in this section right through here, and then once it hits here, it's boosting it, and then it's slamming it right here. Then we have a limiter. That's just cutting the tail off of there, right, making it a little tighter. Then another Pro Q3, and this one I probably could have done without, because that sounds like it's kind of mangling it. Maybe it's just the headphones though. I'm going to leave it how it is. And then another limiter here, killing the tail again. And then lastly, a V-clip, just to make it nice and loud and punchy. And with that, we end up with this. And let me turn this EQ off. Yeah, I like it better without it. And so that's going to be it for this one, y'all. Thank you for watching. If you want to get this drum or any of the other drums in the kit, they're going to be in the description down below. And I will see y'all next time.